Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick history lesson, and then I'm gonna give you a riddle that's actually kind of hard. So I don't expect you to get it, but I just wanted to see if you can see the connection, right? So during World War II, there was a super secret government organization called Statistical Research Group, SRG, and they had the smartest people there ever: Noam Chomsky, Milton Friedman, and Abraham Wald. So their job was to figure out how to analyze flight information, okay, on bombers, because they were going down so much on the bombing runs, okay? And they're like, okay, well, we need to arm these bombers, but we got to figure out where to arm them, because we can't put armors on all of them. It's too heavy, right? So what they said was, okay, these are the places on all the planes that came back. These are the fires, a lot of fires, okay? And mostly here. Okay. Where do you want to put, if you had one place that you can put the armor on, where would you want to put it?
I say engines.
Engines.
Yeah, and or cockpit.
Engines
Can I do both?
let's pick one. Engines had no shots.
Okay, so engines, yeah. Because they got the ones that didn't come back might have been shot in the engines.
Bingo. This is referred to as the survivorship bias, right? So we only look at the stuff that survived and make the wrong decision. You see this all over the place, and I'll give you some examples. So I'll give you two examples. One is if you look at mutual funds. Okay. You look at them. Okay. Wow, this mutual fund. This is a true numbers. It has 12% annual return for the last 30 years. Okay, and this is. I think this was one of the Fidelity funds. Fidelity is okay. So we're like, oh my God, this is really good, right? How is this similar to the planes that came back?
That doesn't talk about the ones that failed.
Bingo. So the question you should be asking is what if you include all the ones that shut down in 30 years? What do you think the actual numbers are?
Like the annual rate?
Yeah, if you include them, it's more like 7%. Okay. But people forget to ask that question all the time, right? So, okay, here's the riddle, right? What's the really hot stuff these days? What's the hottest stuff?
NVIDIA.
Okay. So, can somebody look up NVIDIA's monthly return for the last 12 months? I just want to see the shape of the curve. Do you think NVIDIA is like a really volatile stock? Goes up and down?
Yeah. 22.
Okay, I'll just copy the, okay.
6 months.
Okay, let's do, I want to do it monthly. Okay, so let's say it's a little bit like, it's like this, okay? Like 1, 2, 3, 1, month 1, month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just say 10 months, okay? All right? I mean, it doesn't have to be, this is, okay, and you get an email from a financial advisor, okay? I guess like me. It says, hey, this is the month 1, you say, hey, we have these complicated models that we built over 20 years, all right? And our models tell us that the NVIDIA stock is going to go up somewhere between 15 to 20% next month, okay? And then bingo, that's what happened, okay? Right? And then next month you get an email from them and say, hey, our models now tell us the NVIDIA stock will be down 10 to 15%. Bingo, right? Right? Next, you're like, wow, these guys are pretty good, right? And next month you say, okay, our models tell us it's gonna be down another 10 to 15%, right? Okay? All right? And then so forth, okay? And it's kind of within the range of exactly what they said, up or down within the range, okay? And so you come to age 10th month, what do you think that guy's gonna do?
Up.
No, now the guy's gonna say, hey, now you've seen what we could do. You should invest with us. What would you say? It's been right every single time.
Well, is it because like every month, like the stock could go down,
It's been right
He's
every
right.
time, up or down, every month.
But is it just with NVIDIA or is it like with
Because it's do anything. Well, should you trust this guy, or should you be a little skeptical?
Well, you always have to ask like what's in it for them.
No, but what's it? He's giving you. He's basically been right for 10 straight months.
I think skeptical.
Skeptical why?
Because he has no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing.
Because even if they're right every single time, it doesn't change the fact that well, you have to look at why they were right. Because if they were just guessing.
Why they were? How do you think they were right?
Well,
Instead of trading, bingo, that's good. But it's hard to do in video, right? It's in video,
Yeah.
like everybody's watches. But instead of trading, that's a good guess, right? I have a more basic question. If he's so smart, why is he telling me this?
Oh, because he's doing this to like hundreds of people, right?
Okay, that's a good question to ask.
And when he's doing it, he's just telling them that. Okay, he's just telling them that. Like he's just giving out numbers, but one of them is gonna fall, like probability, right?
Yeah. So
Oh,
well,
they're from here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the mathematical answer. They're from here. There's a 50-50 chance that it's going to go up, right?
Oh, he's doing it to like 100,000.
People. Let's say I'm doing it to 1 million people on the internet, okay? So I say, okay, how do I know it's going to go 15 to 20%? Well, it's actually very simple math. There's something called volatility. Does anybody know what volatility is?
Like a change.
Like the definition of work or
Like the
I
change.
can't pronounce. I can't spell. VOLA. It's a statistical concept. So it's actually I'm actually just trying to tell you what the math is. So if it's it's a statistical concept where within one standard deviation, okay, it could be up this much or down this much. Okay, that's what volatility measures. You can look it up online. You can look it up. Can you look up NVIDIA volatility, historical volatility?
Wait, isn't that he's?
What do you think NVIDIA can go up and down historically by?
20% or 15,
No.
20%?
No.
Like
Oh, in a month or like?
a year,
Oh.
Like historically.
historically, yeah. For the last 2 years.
Like 8%, like.
Well, try like 80%.
Oh,
It could be
oh.
up. It could be up. There's like 70% chance that it could be up 80%, and 70% chance that it could be down 80%. Okay, that's what the number. This is what looking at all the numbers show me, right? And you can look up the volatility. Okay.
So it's, the volatility is
72.7.
72.7.
7. Okay, fine. 7, right? So I know, if I know a little bit about math, that 70% volatility for the year translates to some roughly 15 to 20% a month. Okay. So I could say there's a 50% chance that it could be up 15 to 20%.
And
Okay? And 50% chance that it could be down. See this?
yeah.
Right. So I'm an internet guy, okay? I'm on YouTube or whatever, or TikTok, I say. I send to
Someone's gonna
a
fall.
million people,
Half
stock's gonna be up 15 to 20%, right? And I send to a million people, stock's gonna be down 15 to 20%, okay? Okay, so I'm right this time, right? For the people that I
Lost
said
million.
it's gonna be down, I don't talk to them ever again. Right? I could keep doing this. How many people do I need to do this scheme? It's a lot fewer than you think. How many people do you think? if I want to end up with one sucker, how many people do I need to start with?
50% chance.
10,000.
No. It's actually
1,000?
50% chance, right? Times 50% chance.
Oh,
Right.
20. And then
So 1 over 2, right? What is that, like 1 over 1,000 or something? 1,000, so 1,000 something. Can you do the math? It's about 1,000, okay? So I'm guaranteed,
person.
if I do million, I'd have 1,000 people who think I'm a genius. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Right? But you can see, what did it all start with? It starts with what? Some suspicion. Like I said, no one can know this unless they're cheating. Right? I am cheating. Okay.
Wait,
So
does
how is this related to survivorship bias?
Wait, does this actually work in the real world?
It actually does work in the real world.
You
Yeah.
can do this, right? Like a scam?
You've just given Jackson a business idea.
Yeah, wait, like, why isn't
You thought
everyone
you were
doing
cautioning
this?
him against. You thought you were cautioning him
I'm gonna
against
wrap
getting
this
scammed.
up. I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. But how is this related to survivorship bias? You're only looking at what?
The past?
You're only looking at the planes that came
Oh,
back.
Oh, yeah.
You're only looking at the planes that came back. Okay. So the final thing I'll say is, you go to a book signing by somebody who's famous.
J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
No. Somebody who's big.
Wait, what?
This is too controversial. How about somebody who's on like YouTube celebrity or something?
Mr. Oh, wait, no, he's coming.
Yeah.
Somebody who's super famous that everybody looks up to.
PewDiePie.
Let's say this is LeBron James, okay? Or Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
And then he comes to the speech like this and says, hey, what's your secret? Like, you ask, like, how did you become so successful? Right?
He doesn't kill.
And he says, just follow your dreams.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the amount of people who follow their dreams.
And then, actually, I'm not gonna say that because that ruins it, but go ahead. Go ahead.
No, or he said, just dribble every day for 24 hours a day. Okay? Then you're like, well, that should work for me too, right? But what are you ignoring?
Like that, like any other person has done this.
The other 99% that did that and didn't make it.
The other 99% of the airplanes didn't come back.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
So always think about the planes that didn't come back when you see something that seems too good to be true. All right,
Mhm.
guys? Any questions?